everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2020, and we went from 66 degrees yesterday to right now it is 32 degrees. So there's not snow on the ground yet, and we have a window of about a week where the weather's not going to be too bad. So my kindling was low, so I said, well, let me get out here and get working on this. So while I'm doing this, I figure I would talk to you a little bit. Now, I did a video the other day about a prepper community and working together as a prepper community, going into a town, whatever town, and working together and preppers working together. So safety in numbers, as we've always talked about that. Okay, so some people didn't like the idea of Pennsylvania because of the nuclear power plants and stuff like that, and everybody that contacted me, I will be getting back to you today, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of loads of this. I've already done one, and this is going to be my second. I'll probably do at least 3 wheelbarrows full today, because I can always do more this week. But so here's my suggestion, okay? And what we're looking for, and I know some of you are going to say the Ozarks as soon as I say this, but I'm looking, you know, if you have a suggestion of someplace better than Pennsylvania, I'm all ears. If you have a suggestion, please email me. I would definitely, I'm not locked in stone on anything, guys. So I don't want you to think that, you know, this is the one place and that's it and there's nowhere else, and that's not how I am. I'm very open to, you know, other people's suggestions. If they think that there's someplace better, then like I said, I'm very open to listening to what other people have to say. But here's something I was thinking about, and here is an advantage of a prepper community, of people working together, okay? So, you know, today I'm doing this. This isn't a, you know, very strenuous, hard thing to do. But let's talk about, we have a prepper community of people, and if we said, okay, as a community, 1 day a week, I don't care if it's half a day or an 8-hour day or whatever, we say that we dedicate to helping other members of our group, okay? Or even in the community. You really want to integrate yourself into the community. Do something decent as a group for the community. That's not a bad thing either, okay? But obviously the thing would be to think about the preppers in your group first. So you have somebody that has to have, let's say they got to have a roof done, or they have to have their wood processed for winter. And let's say they need, I don't know, let's say they need 20 face cord. Let's just use that as a number, okay? Well, if you have 20 people from your group of preppers that live in this community working together, you know how quickly doing 20 face cords of wood would go? Actually, what you could you'd probably have enough time with 20 people doing it. You could finish up that person's 20 face cord, move on to the next family that needs wood, and do their 20 face cord. I mean, it would be amazing how fast that would go with people working together, okay? And that's what it's about. That's what I'm trying to really establish now, before we hit an SHTF situation. If we have a network of people that is already working together, when the time comes and SHTF happens, we just continue to work together. You know, it wouldn't be any like, oh my God, now we got to do this and we got to do that. We would just be continuing doing what we've already done. Excuse me. But we would be, you know, we would be protecting each other. And I think that's, you know, I think that's important. I think that's really important. But establishing that base, that communication, that working together. But anyway, so I'm going to add, like I said, I will be getting, once I get this done, what I'm going to do today, I have not even been online. I have other people that asked me to mail them out stuff last night, and I didn't even get to that. But I'm going to get online. I had some other stuff I wanted to get done today with getting back. And but I'm going to get online. I'm going to answer the people that replied to me. And like I said, if you have another suggestion, another area, so here's the criteria. It needs to be high elevation, okay? It needs to be a gun-friendly area where, you know, the Second Amendment is actually respected and listened to. So obviously that takes out a lot of areas right off the top, okay? But if we can, you know, and it's an area that's got to have, you know, access to fresh water. It has to be an area that is not near nuclear power plants. You know, so you got to look at those type of things. And where I'm talking about doesn't have those things around them, okay? Now, are there nuclear power plants in Pennsylvania? Sure there are. There's nuclear power plants in New York as well, okay? There are nuclear power plants right on Lake Ontario. Gunay is the one that comes to mind right off the top of my head. And that is about 25 miles outside of Rochester as you head east. But if something went down and that melted down, that's not going to affect me way out here. All right. Again, I picked my spot very strategically because I'm thinking of long term with no system in place and those type of things, and plus, you know, having the freedom to do what I want to do and not have ridiculous rules. And that's the other thing. You would have to look at a place that is not against people living off grid, that's not against freedom. Imagine that. What a concept that you'd think about that in the U.S. But, you know, these are things that need to be taken into consideration. But anyway, so working together on stuff, it's amazing how much we would be able to accomplish for everybody, you know. But again, so how does that work? All right, so this is my thought on that. So you have a list, and you put your name on this list, and you say, I need to have XYZ done, okay? Or help with XYZ. That's, you know, that's probably the better way, because obviously anybody that wants something done is going to have to be involved in that. So to be able to get something done, you have better participated in helping others in the group work on their projects. And, you know, that's how it would work. So you don't have somebody that's just a taker and not a helper as well. So, you know, you need to really be involved with helping. I'll tell you what, we went from, I think I may have said it already, but I'm going to say it again. We went from 66 degrees yesterday, 66 yesterday, It is 32 right now. Now this morning, the winds were insane up here. I mean, just insane. And but it's not. The winds have calmed down. It's just cold. But it's not snowing, so that's a good thing. But yeah, so we got a few days here. I think it's like about 4 or 5 days where we're going to have fairly decent weather. And for up here, fairly decent is in the 40s. And no snow in the forecast. So I definitely want to take advantage of getting this, more squared away again. And having my Kindle loaded up. But anyway, so I will be live streaming tonight. We'll talk more about this and other things. So here's the funny thing. So I put a title on my last video, and I figured, well, it's not a bad title, Sure enough, right in the middle, I was kicked offline. When I put a very platonic title, when I put on their live stream and whatever the date may be, not one of those live streams have been interrupted. I find that very interesting. Now, if I say that, because tonight's title is going to be very platonic, they'll screw with me tonight, watch. So, but anyway, so please join me tonight for the live stream. We're going to be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time. And we will talk more about working together. And I'm telling you what, the difference between what I'm talking about and, because people had brought up the fact of different religious groups that have tried to do the same thing. But when you have a religious group, be it a cult or a, some kind of, like you had the Branch Davidians in Texas, and you had the, Mormons when they were getting away from people that were coming after them. They wanted to separate themselves from the local people. They didn't want to be part of the local people. So, as preppers, that's what we're not looking at. We're not looking to do that. You want to be part of the community. You want to integrate into the community, because there's probably, especially when you get into small towns, there's a lot of decent people. Maybe they don't know about prepping. Maybe they don't, they haven't learned enough about what's going on, with the world, or they're just not awake, or they just drank the Kool-Aid. And so again, what we're talking about doing is going into an area, a bunch of families, planning on working together, being very low-key, and, just integrating ourselves into the community, be part of the community. And like I said, there's a lot of good people out there that have no idea what's coming. And, once they realized what we were about, and that we were not there to take over or to, try to tell them how to live their lives, they can do whatever they want with their lives. And if they wanted to be part of it, they could be. If they choose not to be, when the time comes, decisions have to be made at that point. But, again, working together with people, integrating yourself into a community, becoming part of that community, it's just, that's the smarter way to do it. And you're going to be surprised, you're going to end up finding there is a lot of preppers in those communities that you had no idea about. And once those people find out that you are there and that you are a group, believe me, they're going to want to be part of that, because anybody that realizes what's going on knows in order to survive what's coming that we all need to work together. And that's important. And I think a lot of people lose sight of that, and they think of, you know, their own immediate basic needs for themselves and their family, which is nothing wrong with that, okay? But then you have to look beyond that. You really do. And look at the bigger picture. So anyway, I'm rambling along here, and this wheelbarrow is full. So I'm going to take this one and dump that. I'm going to probably do, like I say, one more for today. I don't know how long this is taking, but it's a good start. And anyway, guys, so please join me tonight for the live stream. We will, you know, talk about all kinds of things, so look for that. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I will get back to everybody that contacted me. I'm going to be working on that today. Whoever I don't get in touch with today, I will get in touch with you, I promise. So this is not something that I'm going to let slide, because I think it's something that's very important. All right, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. All right. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. Okay? I hope everybody's doing well. I will see you all tonight. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.